Good afternoon, YouTube. Plano Man here, and today was range day. First thing I'm going to do is make sure that my weapon is clear. I typically have it open, and then I stick my little pinky in there to make sure there's nothing in there, and I visually inspect it as well. And I can assure you there's no round in this. So I got the idea from David, whose channel I follow on YouTube. He recently went to the range. So I thought, man, it's been a while since I went to the range. Called them up, make sure they weren't too busy, ran over there. It's not too far from where I live. And I went in and they said, wow, how long has it been since you've been in here? And I said, well, it's been a while. I don't remember exactly. They said, well, we switched over our computer system in August of 22, and we don't have your waiver in here. And so, of course, they never migrate anything, right? So they're like, you're going to have to fill out a new waiver. I said, fine, no problem. And, of course, they give you half-price range fees if you're a veteran. And in Texas, we can put our veteran status on our driver's license, which enabled me to get a range for $10 for an hour and shoot some rounds through my Glock 26 here, which is a 9mm. I shot 9mm today because it's a lot less expensive. I also carry a 40, which is a Glock 27. Exact same configuration as this guy, except it's 40 caliber versus 9mm. And it's a little cheaper to shoot 9mm. So the first thing I do when I come back from the range, this is the standard clip. This has a little pinky thing on it, which I put on the base plate, but it's 10 rounds that comes with a Glock, and this is a 4th gen, by the way. Bought it right when they came out, I believe in 2015. But these are the mags that I carry with me. And the thing I love about Glock is any caliber. So these are 9mm magazines, but they fit, this Glock 26 can fit any of the double stack magazines, and so you see it just easily fits in there. So first thing I do when I come back from the range is, if you don't have one of these guys to load your magazines, you are really missing out. This is called an Uplula. It's one of the first things I ever bought, and it helps you load your mags very easy. This magazine is a 14 round capacity. And so it helps, and these are what I carry with me. My car, or my person maybe. I don't want to give it away. I might be armed. Had a good shooting day too. I typically shoot this weapon at 30 feet, which is 10 yards. And I'll put the poster, the target in the video as well, so you can see how I did. And it's kind of like riding a bike, right? You don't really forget how to shoot. So that's loaded up, ready to go. The first thing I'm going to do is clean my weapon. I don't clean it every time. I didn't clean it, I don't think well, actually, I just cleaned these, so you can see that they're very clean. But it's because I didn't remember the last time I had cleaned them. And so cleaning it again now, and gonna use some hops number 9. I've never used this before. I'm going to use this to clean the bore out. And I was raised on CLP in the military, and so that's normally what I use. But I saw good old Project, is it Project Farm on YouTube? He did the test with it, and the hops number 9 came out really well. So I'm going to try that. And for those of you, there's a controversy on whether you can use a brass brush to clean your bore out. Trust me, it's okay. You're going to be okay using a brush to clean out your steel barrel. No problem at all. So I'm going to test that out. Pull this apart. And of course, I'm going to field strip this very quickly. And this is obviously the part you would clean with the bore brush. So I'm going to get this thing cleaned up, and I'll be back with you here in a second, talk a little bit more about this Glock and why I like it. So anyway, see you soon. Okay, so Plano Man back. I have my Glock 26. I have it cleaned, I have it lubed, and I have it reassembled. And I was going to tell you a couple things. So this is a 26 Gen 4. I had the 26 Gen 3 before, and when the Gen 4s came out, I bought the 26 and the 27. I use them interchangeably, like I mentioned. It just depends. I usually have one in my vehicle and one close by. But this was the subcompact that Glock came out with that really made a difference to me on concealed carry. I've always been a fan of the Glock. The Glocks are really simple. You saw me field strip it earlier. That's about as much as you can break it down just to clean it and service it. It's easy to use. It comes apart easily. It's easy to clean. It's easy to maintain. And it's durable. I mean, I don't know if you've seen some videos. They can put this thing through some torture and it just keeps on going and going and going. It's like the Timex of firearms. But I really enjoy it. It's not the most accurate. There are more accurate weapons out there. In fact, I was shooting a little bit to the right. I might need to adjust this. And so just a little quick tip for you. When you have fixed sights, you can adjust this. So on the rear sight, you move it in the direction you want the bullet strike to go. So I just mentioned I was shooting a little bit to the left. I want the bullet strike to go right. And so I would move this. I have a little sight pusher. I can move this a little bit more. You can, I don't know if you can tell, but it's already pushed over just a tad bit. And when I'm really close, it doesn't matter. But when I get out 10, 15 yards, it will start affecting the strike of the bullet. And so I was shooting just about that far at 10 yards to the left. And so I need to move the strike of the bullet to the right a little bit. So I'll take care of that, and probably next time I go shoot, be dead on. So these Triticon sights have been replaced. They're not OEM, which is probably why it's off a little bit. These glow in the dark. They help you get a sight picture in the dark by aligning the 3 dots. I can't really see if that's aligned or not, but that's probably close enough. You get the idea. And at night, you can engage a target. The sights that come on a Glock are great visibility during the day, but they do nothing for you at night. You'll really be in bad shape if you need to engage a target at night with OEM sights. So just it's a great feel in the hand. I have a medium-sized hand, as I said, and with this pinky grab on there, I can grab it very well. But what I really like is my larger 14 round mags. That gives me a full grip for my entire hand. Gives me a great base to secure both hands when I'm shooting as well. So this is the best outcome I'm looking for. And you saw me put my target up. You couldn't really see the head. I do 2 things. I go for the center of mass for half, and then I go for headshots in the half. And it was pretty good shooting. So overall, I carry a Kydex holster. Kydex, for those of you who don't know, are lightweight. They have just enough friction in them to keep it from falling out, so you can pull it out, and it's not going to fall out on you, but when you need it, it's there. And this is an inside the waistband, which I stick it right in there. So that's how that works. I have a couple of these, and I really enjoy Glock. It's one of the brands that I've never really thought about. I have thought about SIG and some of the others. When Smith & Wesson came out with M&P, they were really nice and sexy. People were buying them. But I just stuck with what I knew. It just keeps performing. And I'm not sure how many rounds this thing you can put through it. But I've heard, it's kind of like Toyota, on my truck side. It's the Toyota of firearms. How's that? And I don't even know what these cost anymore. I know what I paid for them, but I wonder if they've gone up in price like everything else. I haven't checked. So I know that ammo has been, for a while there, it was hard to get 40 cal, which is why I was shooting so much 9. But it's easier to get now, and you definitely need to stock up when you find it. But overall, let me know what you think. If you have any questions. And again, I know that there are a lot of folks out there that are probably more gun enthusiasts than me. I will make my disclaimer. Please be safe. Always check to make sure your rounds are, your guns are cleared, safe, locked up around children. I personally don't have any children that can come around and touch my weapons, but I still keep them in a biometric safe. And they work well. They work well. And I've heard some folks criticize them, saying, hey, that's that's going to delay me. And, you know, I just, you know, every year, unfortunately, we hear those stories of a child that's gotten a hold of a weapon and hurt somebody intentionally or non-intentionally, or even themselves, and it's always just a shame. I think as gun enthusiasts and Second Amendment supporters, I think we owe it to ourselves to make sure that our guns are safe from folks that don't need to have them in their hands, and that includes anyone who is not properly trained and doesn't know what to do with a weapon, and also folks that could possibly hurt somebody with it. So it's definitely our responsibility, no question about it. Anyway, that's all I got. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll add some more. I have lots of other things I could add, maybe. But you know, it's just one of those things where I really appreciate you know, the feedback and the views. Depending on how the videos do, I may add a couple more in, or not on firearms, but we'll see how this one does. But anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you for those that have subscribed. I appreciate that, and we will talk to you soon. This is Plano Man out. Take care, everyone.